We like to tell ourselves one story about this country, one dream, one people, one path forward. But if we are honest, truly honest, there has always been two Americas. There's been America where opportunity feels real, where doors open, where dignity is assumed. And there's another America where doors stay closed, where struggle is constant, where dignity has to be proven every day. This is not new. This is what we have. But it is not new. It is how comfortable we've become with it. What is new is how inequality is dressed up as normal, how greed is explained away as business, how human struggle is treated like a personal failure instead of a collective responsibility. And while all of this is happening, something wonderful and powerful has gone silent. The court of public opinion. You see, that court, our court, is not meant to be made out of marble, is made out of people. It is the judgment we care, the judgment we carry, the standards we set, the lines we refuse to let be crossed. And the truth is, we've let that court go quiet. We've mistaken noise for action, mistaken complaining for accountability. Watched as decisions affecting millions are made with no real consequence because people, the true power, have not spoken together with clarity and consistency. So instead, greed grows louder. So instead, we get people who work full time and still not able to live. Healthcare feels like a luxury. Education divides us more than it lifts us. Dignity has a price to it. And somewhere along the way, we start accepting this as just how it is. But let's be clear. This is not freedom. Freedom is not the right to struggle alone. Freedom is not survival with better branding. Freedom is not watching your neighbors fall while you've been told you're lucky you haven't yet. Now let's tell the truth about where we started. The Constitution has good bones. It created framework, a structure, possibility, but it's never truly universal in its beginning. It did not fully account for Africans. It excluded Indians, not taxed. It drew lines around those who counted and those who didn't. So America has always wrestled with this gap between what it says and what it does. And now the question is, has this existed before? The question is, what are we going to do about it now? Because the danger of the moment is not inequality, it's indifference. It's the ease in which we look at suffering and say, that's not my problem. It's how quickly we turn neighbors into categories and people into statistics. That is how a nation loses itself. Not all at once, but piece by piece, until we forget what it means to be human with one another. But here's the truth we must remember. The people have power. A society does not run because of the 1%. It runs because our ordinary people show up every day to build, move, feed, teach, and protect it. And when ordinary people decide that dignity is not optional, everything changes. So what must we do? We must wake the court of public opinion back up, not just online, not just in moments of outrage, but in our standards, in what we accept and what we refuse. We must stop normalizing harm simply because it's common. We must remember what our American is supposed to be, and that is not a felon. That is not somebody that touches little girls and come out and tell everybody that they don't know what they're talking about, fake news, starting wars, and he has people that are around him that are letting him do it. America is not a bank account, a zip code, or category, a human being with inherent worth. See, if we could remember that, truly remember that, then the distance between two America is not permanent. It is a choice, and that choice can change. So I ask you, when you let your compassion be weakness, when you let your greed become acceptable, when you drift so far from each other that being human to another became optional. The court of public opinion must answer that, and then we must act. Because if we do not stand up, we do not speak with clarity, we do not demand better, two Americas will not just be a reality, it will become a permanent divide. I do not believe that is who we are. I believe we can be a people who can close the gap, challenge greed, choose dignity, remember each other, and when we do, the court will not be quiet anymore. It will speak and it will be heard. But it will only do so when you become the men and women you were created to be. Stop listening to things that aren't true. Try listening to your spirit.